Welcome to the beginning of my BreyerFest 2026 video series. As you can maybe guess from the background and such, BreyerFest has not actually started for me yet. I actually want to start this experience video off by talking a bit about my plans, expectations, and feelings for BreyerFest while I'm kind of packing up here. And now I'm actually going to be switching over to a voiceover while I pack, just because while trying to actually pack and talk at the same time is kind of a little too distracting for me. So, this is a very special year of BreyerFest for me for many reasons. This will be my 8th in-person BreyerFest. My first one was in 2011. The last time I went was in 2023, so I've had a 2-year break from going to BreyerFest in person. And when I have a break from going to BreyerFest for a year or two, I do get kind of like, I miss it so much, and then I extra appreciate it when I'm able to go back again. So in that way, it already makes it a little special for me. But here are the real reasons that I think this is going to just be an extra special BreyerFest. First off, my fiancé is going with me for the first time. He is not a model horse collector, but he is very supportive of me and what I do, including my hobbies and artistic pursuits, and even this YouTube channel. The second special reason is I have no major obligations this year for the first time since 2011. Woo! What that has typically meant for me is selling at the Clarion and BreyerFest swap meet. Aside from the first time I went to BreyerFest in 2011, I have sold at every BreyerFest I've been to. I have loved selling at BreyerFest, but it also ends up taking up so much of my time. I feel like there's a lot I have missed out on at BreyerFest because like half my time there is focused on just selling. But not this year. I am not doing anything else major either, like showing or volunteering. Earlier this year, those were both things I was considering signing up for. And while I still would like to do both of them some year, I'm very glad I decided not to do them this year. This year, I am just gonna get to do whatever it is I want to do and plan for, and I have time to schedule things to do that I've never gotten to do before, which I guess could be considered another reason why this year is special for me. I'm getting to do some new experiences. I do kind of feel like the past few times I've went to BreyerFest, I've done mostly the same activities each year without adding something new into the mix for a while. And again, this is partly because I had to focus on selling so much before. But this year, I am going to be doing new things. One new thing is trinket trading. I made stickers and bracelets to give out this year, which I'm really excited about. Then I was going to list out all of the other new experiences I have planned, but you'll get to see and hear all about them throughout my BreyerFest experience videos, so I'm just going to leave it at that. The last reason I want to briefly mention is that I'm hoping to have some more time to talk and hang out with friends this year, compared to some previous years. So there's just all these reasons coming together that are making it feel like this is going to be an extra special year of BreyerFest for me. One unlike any other I've experienced so far. Alright, enough of all this. Let's get to when my BreyerFest 2026 adventure actually begins. Alright, we are at the airport. We're not used to vlogging. It's going to be really weird for a little bit. We're at the airport. It's almost 8:45, something like that. The plane got delayed to 11:30. Yeah, so it's going to be a bit of a wait. Not going to be fun trying to sleep on the plane at all. Not looking forward to that, but excited for when we eventually get into Lexington. So we got off our first flight and had our layover in Detroit, and it was about as miserable as I expected. I'm starting to think we should pay extra money to not have a red-eye flight, because it really sucks trying to sleep on the plane. And now we're trying to figure out where to go to our next plane to get to Lexington. Also, there's a giant gumball machine over there. Big plane. I'm assuming this is like the big plane side and we're going over to the little plane side maybe?
The planes in the other terminal look smaller, so...
We're gonna go in a tunnel now.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is pretty. We have ordered breakfast and we are very tired. It is 7:40 here, but back home it is 4:40, so we're just dragging here. It's hard to see, but I'm waiting to see if I can see our luggage while it goes into the plane. It's a little hard with this like thing on the window to actually take any pictures or anything. Couldn't really record it, but I did see all our luggage go on the plane, which is very comforting. Yep, I know, just stepping out of the plane and immediately get to Kentucky here. I'm excited though, we're here. There's the thing for Keeneland.
I can't believe the one this way is real. I hear that Kentucky bourbon is quite good.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know.
I thought about us going to that aviation museum, but it's closed on the one day where I'm like, we could go to it, so.
I did see it.
Yeah, when we were flying by.
Yeah.
Maybe someday I'll go there. Look at this, babe.
Revolving doors.
Look, the different racehorses.
Oh.
I'm telling you, they go all out. They're letting you know you're in Kentucky. BreyerFest ad. BreyerFest.
It's literally our best.
Oh, literally here. Oh, we didn't get to hear the thing. You didn't get to hear it.
What did it go?
Yes, that's exactly what they do. We got our luggage and our rental car situated, sort of, and we're outside. How do you feel about this weather, honey?
It's like being at the sauna.
Yep, just instant. Once you get out of those doors, it's a completely different world out here.
Steam.
We are at the Airbnb. We've actually been here a little while because we ended up taking a nap for a while because we were very tired. But now I'm doing some unpacking. Then we're gonna eat dinner with our fellow Airbnb housemates. And then we're gonna go to the Clarion, and I'm very excited to go do that soon. Because it was still early in BreyerFest week, it was actually very easy to find a parking spot at the Clarion. We're finally here. Let's see if we can actually go in this way. I think we're able to, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm so used to staying here. I'm not used to this. It looks like we can. Hooray. We get to go into the horsey heaven. There's Namsha. Looks like they're winding down for the day. Packing up. Alright. I think we're gonna just focus maybe on the 500s and 600s for now, and we'll see how we do to check out other things. We already got some flyers. I went into hyper-focused shopping mode and didn't get any footage of shopping the 500s and 600s, but I did get video of this cute groundhog that was just chilling outside the Clarion. Alright, we went down this hallway. I was expecting to go through to get to the video game room because that's what you wanted to check out. You just wanted to know, and I it's kind of like weirdly looking construction-y, and I don't want to bother that, so. Yeah. This was added on. This was not an original part of the hotel. I remember when we came here, and it was like, when did they add this? This is weird. Yeah, so far you said that
Hard to make a first impression when you've only been to a couple of rooms and I know that this isn't what it's truly like.
Yeah, you were expecting it to be busier, and it's not. That's because
Not yet.
it is Tuesday. It's the chill day of shopping right now. But yeah, I'm already like kind of overwhelmed, and there's some models I'm like, oh, should I get this one? I don't know though. Like, we just got here. I don't want to just buy too much immediately. It's always a little bit overwhelming. I'm gonna go ahead and check out, I guess, some of the 100s and 200s maybe. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last though, because I am a little tired and already getting kind of overwhelmed. And this is like one of the absolute slowest nights of the night, so I don't know how I'm gonna fare when it gets to Thursday and Friday and Saturday and all that. But we'll see. It is fun to browse and shop and talk to people. I feel like that was a nice shopping time. I got a few fun things that I've been kind of looking for, so I had a good time, and now we're tired. I'm gonna go back to the Airbnb. I realized I didn't really get much footage of like actually inside the Clarion. I'll have to remember to do that tomorrow. We wanted a Trito after shopping at the Clarion, so we're getting a Trito at this frozen custard place. Hooray for ice cream at almost 10 o'clock at night. Always weird to step outside at night and hear what I assume are cicadas. Now we're seeing fireflies, which I don't know if will actually show up on my phone, but they're out here. That's so exciting for us. I don't get fireflies where we're at. On Wednesday morning, we headed out to do something I have surprisingly never done before in all my years of going to BreyerFest, which is take a tour at the Old Friends Thoroughbred Retirement Farm in Georgetown, Kentucky. I had scheduled the tour online over a month in advance. We were somehow almost late, but made it just in time. We were given a bag of carrots to feed the horses, and then we got to enjoy the tour, which first consisted of getting to hear some history about old friends and some of their past residents at a memorial site near the visitors building. The first horse we got to see, I believe, was Alpha, and I apologize that I don't remember who all the horses are just from memory, and I had to use some context clues, like seeing the names on their halters and photos. So if I get any of their names wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. Kevin was a little nervous at first about feeding the horses, but he very quickly got the hang of it and actually made it his mission to feed every horse he was allowed to feed on the tour. This horse Alpha was gorgeous and had a lot of personality. Then for these two horses, I unfortunately didn't catch the names of them. I did manage to get some video though of both me and Kevin feeding one of them. This is Pollard's Vision. I didn't get any video of him, but I did get some cute photos. This sweet old guy is Milwaukee Brew. He had to have shredded carrots instead of whole ones, and from eating he stuck his tongue out a lot, which made for some really cute pictures. This was Surf Cat. Kevin filmed me feeding him, which he did drop the carrot the first time I gave it to him, so I had to give it to him again, but he got it that time. This is Stormy Liberal, who Kevin once again filmed me feeding because he had to. He said, "It's Stormy feeding Stormy." With Stormy Liberal was Patch, who only has one eye. This is Lane Way, who was being very photogenic. He's another that I forgot to take any video of, but still got some nice pictures anyway. We were probably getting pretty warm and tired at this point, and fortunately we got to sit down for a little bit in an air-conditioned room before continuing on with the tour. This is Any Given Saturday. I love the dark coloring on his face. We got to see Big Brown from a distance. While he was called over for a while, he decided that he just wanted to graze and not say hi to us. Which, that's fine of course. He's retired, he gets to do whatever he wants. Next up, we got to see Lava Man. Lastly, we got to see I'll Have Another. The grounds of Old Friends were beautiful, so I want to also share here some photos of that. Before we left, we checked out the gift shop, which had a few various Breyers for sale. And then now I go back to vlogging, which, by the way, I did a lot of vlogging for a while where I didn't have the camera facing me, but later on I do start to do more vlogging where I show my face. This is day 2 of BreyerFest, and we just visited the Old Friends Thoroughbred Retirement Farm and took a tour, and it was very fun. I'm so glad that we did that. It was very hot and humid, of course, but it was...
Could have been worse. Could have been raining.
Yeah, I was worried it was going to rain, but it hasn't rained at all yet so far, and I was able to take pictures and video and got to feed the horses.
Yes.
It was a very nice time. I'm so glad I did that and regret not having done that sooner, honestly. But yeah, finally did that for BreyerFest. What a lovely time. Going to the grocery store, pick up some things. Alright, we got, oh, he's going for it. We got groceries and rested for a while. And now we're gonna go to the Clarion, but now it's raining and thunderstorming. I'm very glad that it was not like this when we went to Old Friends, because that would have been a little not fun. Alright, it's time for me to run with these bags into the car and hopefully not get too wet. Ah! Wow, it is like really raining. Yeah, I'm so glad we have our rain gear, because even just the short running out to the car and like my backpack got tons of water on it already. Oh goodness, it is coming down. While we're kind of slowly going in traffic here, I'll mention that I got an update from friends that the Clarion is apparently flooding in places. So that's not good. I hope that gets fixed soon.
Who would have guessed that it rained in Kentucky?
Yeah. In Kentucky, the bluegrass state of all places. Alright, we're at the Clarion. They're setting up stuff for BreyerFest, it looks like, over here. Maybe, unless this is leftover from Nan-related stuff, but it wasn't here yesterday, so I'm gonna assume BreyerFest stuff. I already got a couple purchases from Heather Wells' sale. One of which was on my wish list though, so I'm excited to have found that guy. Or girl, actually. Oh, I lost my husband. Now I want to see if I can get over to the Resin Ren room to drop off a donation for tomorrow's raffle because I need to drop that off tonight because I probably won't be able to drop it off in the morning tomorrow. I didn't go into the 400s yesterday, so we're going checking them out today. And that looks like a lot of people are just now setting up and stuff for their rooms, but wow, it's weird. They painted the walls very freshly. They're still obviously working on it, but weird, different. I keep forgetting to actually like do more footage in the Clarion in the rooms. I don't know why. I guess because I get too focused on actually shopping. I did take a picture of this cool Foundation Stallion test piece, but that was pretty much it. Kind of done for shopping tonight, and I'm tired and legs are hurting, and my beautiful fiance is getting hungry. So we're gonna go out for dinner. And yeah, I am a little disappointed that a trade was not able to work out, so I'm gonna have to figure out if I can trade or sell the horse that I have with me, because I'd prefer not to take him home again, but we'll see what happens. For now, it is time to relax a little bit and eat at one of the best restaurants for BreyerFest, depending on who you ask, that is. Some people don't love it as much as we do, but it's a Cracker Barrel. There's a little bit better look at the Cracker Barrel sign there. Very tired.